we started with Upstream uh, way back in around March, maybe a year into lockdown. How this all started was after the lockdown, we realized things are not gonna open up soon for the country. And Dondon and I, we were working on our projects with reality entertainment, and we started talking about what can we do with the films in the can. We have probably 5 movies in the can, and there's no cinemas to show it. And there's a bit of panic in us. We were thinking, what are the other options out there where we could show our content, recoup the investment, etc. And of course, all of us have been talking about online, that online is the future. It's been years that we've been talking, not just the cinemas. Of course, we all love our films to show in the cinemas. But other than that, there's a boom of the online streaming in the past how many years, with Netflix coming in and Amazon and Hulu. So we were talking, just like us, Filipino content producers that have been displaced by the pandemic, we're pretty sure that there's a lot more content producers out there that also have their content and they don't know where to show it. So we started talking about how we could start an online streaming platform. The whole idea of putting it up was, over the years, content producers have been at the mercy of where we could show our films. We bring out so much money to produce the films. We find ways to tell the best story there is. But in the end, producers don't have much control over how their content is going to be seen by the audience. So with this one, we really envision Upstream to be a place where all content producers are welcome. I think we all know that content in the Philippines is so diverse, and we want that diversity to come out in Upstream. So we envision this platform to have to be very inclusive about all the Filipino content producers, that anybody can go in, that they could demand how their movies will be seen, by what kind of pricing they want, how long they want to stay in the platform, how they could find their audience. And we wanted to find a place for everyone, a place that me as a director would be in, and hopefully everyone else is also excited to be in. So with that, we started talking about how to build an online platform that could be very stable technology-wise. And that's when we thought about Globe. As over the past 2 years, we've partnered with Globe on several of our films, Globe Studios, and we have a great partnership together. So we started initiating the talks, and Don approached Joe Caliro and Quark. And Don, maybe you could start talking about
Yes,
how
of course.
this whole thing started between you and Globe.
Yes, so good morning sa lahat na nandito ngayon sa press con na to. Yes, so it was during that time talaga when the pandemic was started. We were, Eric and I, medyo may anxiety kami.
I think, yeah, there. London is
Yes.
back.
Am I back?
Yes.
All right, good. So I approached, yes, Quark and Joe, and told them that, everyone seems to be going to the online platform and everyone wants to start one. So I shared with them some ideas and told them that, I truly believe Globe should really be a strong player, when it comes to Filipino content. And maganda naman, sinabi naman ni Quark and Joe that yes, we have that in our minds, and maybe we can put all our minds together and maybe create one platform that can really cater to the Filipino audience, and that's where it all started. No? So series of brainstorms and months of hard work between Globe and Eric and me, trying to build this platform. Ano kami, medyo na-inspire kami on where it was going. So we were able to, one by one capture a lot of content that can come into the platform. No, one of which is Q Cinema, and of course the one is of course the biggest one, no? The biggest show in town every December. No, it's the Metro Manila Film Festival that happens yearly. So, you know, dito sa pandemic na to, syempre, di ba, walang theater talaga. So, talagang naghahanap rin naman ng ways ang mga festivals na to na ma-showcase pa rin ang kanilang mga content na nagawa ng mga directors and producers. So, we approached them and spoke to them, and we're happy naman that they agreed on the structure, that Globe has put up, and with the people behind Upstream, that they granted us exclusive access to the festivals. So we want to thank you, Q Cinema, for believing in us, and especially Metro Manila Film Festival for believing in us. I just want to make sure this I really want to share to our audience and to the producers out there. Upstream will be a very, very friendly producer and film creator na platform. We want to welcome all of them to come into Upstream para ma-showcase naman nila. So they can share, they can give us a voice of their creative ideas, coming into the platform. We're really happy na at least kami ni Eric and as well as the whole Upstream and Globe team, we're very happy when we put this up, kasi parang we believe na marami kayong matutulungan na mga industry workers by putting this up, kasi syempre because of the pandemic medyo marami rin nang na-displace, di ba, sa mga ating mga industry workers. So with this, we truly hope na this is a new light in the dark tunnel that we're in right now, that can bring them out and give them hope. Let's work together here in Upstream, and everyone, content producers, directors, creators, everyone will be welcome here in Upstream. Thank you.
As you can see the diversity that we want. We've put together Q Cinema and MMFF. The biggest event of the year, MMFF, is with Upstream. But together with that, we're also with Q Cinema, showcasing films that are from all over the world, and from our independent filmmakers. But aside from that, I think we can look at 14 on 14, our launching program, as like an example of what's in store for us in Upstream. It's a program we curated, kami ni Quark Henares. We put our heads together. Anong gusto nating pakita sa unang labas ng Upstream? And we chose 14 films. 14 films that are as diverse, that there could be an audience for each one, that whoever is out there, you can find your own film in there that you may like. It's a mix of all the biggest stars now and then. We also put together films from our directors that we admire. Mario J. De Los Reyes, you have Chito Ronyo, you have Ismael Bernal, but we chose films that are not the ones that's being discussed in universities and online in the social media. These are films that you'll be surprised these directors even made. No, Peke Gallaga, who's famous for horror films and fantasies, has a film here which is about an obsessive love between two people, between a couple. We also have Mario J. De Los Reyes, Sinungaling Mong Puso, which I feel is the movie that started this whole prestige drama projects that we all know today. It stars the biggest stars that time, Agamula and Vilma Santos. We also programmed a different kind of horror with Babaeng Putik of Rico Elarde. We're used to the Japanese type of horror or the Conjuring type of horror, but if you look at our films of the past, films of Rico Elarde, for example, there are other aspects to the horror films that he made that makes it different from all the rest, and it would be nice to share it to everyone. And so, from of the 2020 programming, we have the 14 on 14, Q Cinema, MMFF. By January, we're starting our regular programs, and we are bringing in Korean, Japanese films. We are talking to French distributors and Hollywood. We are bringing together big films, American films, and also prestigious movies from other countries, so that there's one for everyone. Even anime, we're showing anime. But other than that, since this platform has been built for the Filipino audience mainly, we are launching at least 5 original films starting January. That's in the first quarter. And at the same time, we're inviting and already talking to a lot of content producers on how we could partner or we could show their content for 2021. And we're also thinking of how we could start building upstream originals in the site. So there's really a lot to look forward to by 2021. This is just the start of upstream. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys try and test it, see it for yourselves.
Yes.
I think the MMFF is just the start of it all. And I must say, in having been able to work with Eric, Don, I just see the opportunities to continue to evolve the way the industry provides entertainment is just endless. I think the reach can be magnified. I think we can reinvent the whole system, and it's. I've never been really exposed to the industry, and I found this few months of working and collaborating really, really exciting and interesting. So I think it's just the beginning. I think it's hard to predict when the movie houses and the more traditional venues will be available again, but I think we're able to do our part in the interim to try, as Eric was saying, provide continued employment for the people in the industry, for the artists to be able to continue to practice their craft. And it's let me just say, it's a commitment on our part to be able to try and work with our partners to be able to continue to evolve the platform, the services to truly create this service for the Filipino viewers.
how much will the regular rate for movies be?
Yes, that's a very good question, Bianca. No? So, uh, with the 14 and 14, yeah, we gave everything for a peso. And of course, for Q Cinema and MMFF, we've collaborated
Yes, Sir
very.
Don Don, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Okay, so yes, that's a very good question, Bianca. No? So we're very excited to announce that we are collaborating with the content producers very well on pricing. Just like Q Cinema and MMFF, we've collaborated very well and come up with a good pricing, for each of the festival. And for the other contents, in the future that Upstream will be putting in the platform, it will be in close collaboration with the producers. It's a very, very flexible pricing model. So we want to be very, very friendly when it comes to pricing, our audience when they're on Upstream, in partnership with G Movies. So yeah, that's where we want to take it.
Thanks, Bianca. That's a really great question. Because as we know, streaming has really changed the movie industry. Diba? And what's great about streaming is that it can be as personal as you want. You can watch it by yourself on your own mobile device, or by casting to your TV. It can be a social experience as well. At the comfort of your own home, you can watch with your family and friends. You can be as noisy as you want. You can heckle the movie if you want, and that's great. But at the same time, I think that the movie experience or the cinema experience in the movie theater is still different. It's much more immersive with the big screen, with the Dolby Surround, the Dolby Atmos sound system. The immersion is just totally different. And from G Movies, we believe that these two services are not competitors, but are actually complementary to each other. A customer would maybe watch some movies streaming for some movies, and but might also want the big immersive big screen experience for others. So, and that's what makes the new G Movies so unique and magical, is that it now gives the customer a choice of which experience that they want to use for a particular movie, whether it's streaming with Upstream or booking a movie in one of our over 100 cinema partners once things go back to normal. And you can do all of this in one app. So we hope that by giving customers these choices, that this will revitalize the industry as a whole, and at the same time support our local content creators. Thank you.
Back on track.
Well, I think ang malaking tulong talaga ng online streaming is now it opens the floodgates to so many types of stories. Before, iniisip lang natin anong bagay sa audience natin, anong may pinakamaraming manood. But with online streaming, parang makakahanap ka ng sarili mong audience for each content, no? And it may be content for the people who want only romance and love, but sometimes other people also would like to see the dark side of things. And the streaming allows you to experience all of those na hindi ka mahihirapan, no? Yun nga how we're building Upstream is really to cater to as many audience as possible. Over the years, ang Filipino film industry naglalatch on to just several genres. But this time around, pwede na tayo magpalabas ng kahit ano, and it will find an audience. It will have its own audience. May ibang tao ayaw ng subtitles, but there are also a lot of people who would love to see stories from other countries even if they have to read subtitles. Iba-iba. We are also aware of how strong Hollywood films are in the country, and we are not shying away from that. We are bringing in a whole load of Hollywood movies, And even on the first quarter next year, we're launching the mixed programming so that lahat ng gustong pumunta sa Upstream can see a movie for themselves, no? Ni-mix na namin. We're not just gonna show Filipino movies, we're also showing Hollywood movies, we're showing subtitled movies, even series, para lahat may mahahanap sila inside Upstream. We want to be inclusive of everybody. And for filmmakers in the Philippines, malaking bagay yun because we're always tied down by this is the demand of the market. But now with Upstream, hindi. You can just tap on a particular audience and this is the kind of movie I want to make. This is the kind of series I want to make. And eventually it will find its audience. So kasama na rin dyan yung syempre audience education, no? Yung parang as we go along, if we immerse people with so many types of content, then they will be educated to try out and see other types of stories, not just the ones that they are usually watching. So, kwansa, maliliberate yung filmmaker, no? And I think down the line, there will be several partnerships with filmmakers where we could come up with films that are so diverse so that we could work on an audience just for Upstream.